Success doesn't start at 9 a.m. It starts when it's still dark outside. Welcome to Dream Chasers, where we break the patterns, face uncomfortable truths, and build a winner's mindset. Today we're looking at something that sounds simple, but changes everything. Waking up at 5 a.m. Success doesn't start at 9 a.m. It starts when it's still dark outside. There's a version of you that wins. That version doesn't hit snooze. That version doesn't wait for motivation. That version wakes up when the rest of the world is asleep and builds in silence. Not because 5 a.m. is magical, but because it's yours. There's no noise, no distractions, no texts, no emails, just time. Time to think, time to train, time to build something no one sees yet. You don't win by doing what everyone else is doing. You win by doing what they're not willing to do. And most people won't get up when it's hard, when it's cold, when it's quiet. That's exactly why you should. You've got a window of opportunity, before the noise, before the demands, before the excuses. Waking up early isn't about being a morning person. It's about being a disciplined person. It's about creating space to lead yourself before the world pulls at you, to control the day before the day controls you. At 5 a.m., there's no pretending. You either show up or you don't. No one's watching, there's no applause, no likes, no validation. Just you and the decision to become better. Winners build in silence. They train in the dark. They prepare when no one's looking. Because when the lights come on, they're already ready. The version of you that wins has rituals. Not just motivation, it doesn't need perfect conditions, it creates them. At 5 a.m. you write when your mind is sharp. You move your body before it tightens. You plan while others panic. You do deep work while others scroll. It's not a productivity hack. It's not about hustle culture. It's about clarity. It's about who's in charge, you or the world around you. You see, people want massive change, but they underestimate small power. Waking up early won't fix your life, but it will shift your identity. It says, I show up, I go first. I do hard things. The discipline to rise early leaks into everything. Your focus sharpens, your tolerance for excuses drops, you're no longer reactive, you become proactive. You don't win because you woke up at 5 a.m., you win because you became the kind of person who does, consistently, relentlessly, quietly. Most people want the results, but they don't want the silence. They don't want the loneliness of effort. They don't want to sacrifice the comfort of warm sheets. But champions are made in those cold moments, in those quiet mornings, in the hours no one sees. That version of you, the one that wins, doesn't wait for inspiration. It doesn't need permission. It gets up, it moves, it builds. You're not competing with anyone else. You're competing with your former self. The one that said, I'll start next week. The one that said, I'm not a morning person. The one that let comfort lead. Every time you get up early, you kill that version. And you cast a vote for the new one. The one who shows up, the one who lives with intent, the one who leads, not reacts. People will say it's not sustainable. They're right, if it's a gimmick. But if it's a choice, if it's who you are now, then it's not a tactic, it's an identity. You don't have to change everything, just own the first hour. Own it with focus, own it with intention, own it with action. Because that first hour sets the tone. It becomes your edge. When others are waking up rushed, distracted, already behind, you're ahead, you're grounded, you're dangerous. This isn't about waking up early for the sake of it. It's about claiming your time. It's about doing the deep work when the world is still. That's where breakthroughs happen. That's where your future gets shaped. Some of the world's greatest thinkers, athletes, and creators, they didn't find greatness in crowds. They found it in quiet, in habit, in the hidden hours. You don't need more time. You need to use the time you already have, before the world eats it alive. You have two lives, the one you live by default, and the one you could create by design. And the only bridge between them is discipline. 5 a.m. is a test, not of how early you can wake up, but of how much you want to change. Can you trade comfort for clarity? Can you rise before the noise? Can you lead yourself before you lead others? Because every time you get up, you don't just gain an hour, you gain momentum, you gain proof. You gain control. The version of you that wins knows the price of discipline is high, but it knows the cost of regret is higher. You want self-respect? Get up when it's hard. You want confidence? Keep your promises to yourself. You want an edge? Earn it in the dark. This isn't for everyone. That's the point. That's the filter. It's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to feel unnatural, because comfort was never meant to build warriors. You want to build something unshakable? Start when it's quiet. Start when it's inconvenient. Start before sunrise. The ones who win, they don't rise to the level of their dreams, they fall to the level of their systems. And waking up early is a system that changes everything. Not overnight, but over time. It rewires your story. It redefines your identity. It tells the world, and more importantly it tells you, I'm serious now. So if you're ready to stop talking about the life you want, if you're ready to stop being a slave to circumstance, then don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for energy. Don't wait for motivation. Set the alarm. Put your shoes by the door. Get up at 5 and show yourself who you really are. Because the version of you that wins wakes up before the world does and earns their edge while the rest are still dreaming. Thanks for watching Dream Chasers. If this hit home, drop a like, leave a comment, and make sure to subscribe. This is where we stop lying to ourselves and start chasing what matters, with action, not just intention. See you in the next episode. Until then, don't think your way out, act your way forward.